Grandma's on the floor right now. Auntie's on the floor right now.
Organization in businesses, having a place for all your supplies to go, having a place for all of your employees to put their things and decompress. And it just really makes for a better time and a better workflow for the business.
Yeah.
I know one thing you discuss verbally on your website is you said you decrease stress, you increase efficiency, and you create balance. And you speak with a lot of optimism.
Thank you.
You speak with a lot of optimism. And many of us are ashamed. I remember I had someone that cleaned my house, and she came in one day and she looked at me and she said, "You can do better."
Oh.
Wow.
Wow.
And it made me feel like I'm not enough. I'll never be able to understand how to keep a home clean, keep my cabinets clean, keep things organized. And I actually had a woman come in that specialized in feng shui, and she was really brilliant. When you talk about every crevice matters, we couldn't even get through our basement. We were walking sideways. And I would have clients come to the house and they would, even the outside matters. One client said, "Your outside doesn't fit your inside."
Right.
And so I think when you're talking about mental health, when you have a really cluttered home, and I have a very good friend who's actually become a hoarder, and I have another person who's getting close to being a hoarder. There is something where we give up and we start to feel hopeless that I will never be able to keep up. And I think the way that you speak is you're unique in that you have an ability not just to talk about cleaning and organizing, you have the ability to talk about this affects your mental health. And I know that for sure because it affected mine. How do you touch on that touchy subject with people discussing mental health and clutter? Are people open to that, Ina?
Some people are open to that. Usually by the time they call me, they're open to it. It not a minute before though. Usually if they haven't called me or if they didn't reach out to me first, they are in denial. They don't want to admit they have a problem. But by the time we get to them, they're kind of like, okay, they realize something's going on here and they may not realize it's mental health related, but 9 times out of 10, it usually is. And so what I do is I'd like to talk to my clients and just see what's going on. Sometimes they had a life change. Sometimes, they went through a divorce. I remember we were helping an older lady declutter and organize her home. And she actually originally didn't live in Houston at the time. She lived somewhere else, but the apartment that we were helping her declutter was the apartment that she got with her husband when she was going to chemo. So she was in the medical district. Well, she beat cancer, but then her husband died. So now she has all this stuff of her husband and all these memories. And so we basically had to sit her down because a lot of the stuff her kids didn't want to take, and we needed to take it to like Salvation Army. And we had to remind her that the memories that each item has, they live inside of her. She doesn't have to have them here in order to remember her late husband. So we kind of tried to just talk to people about, where their memories can live, how you don't have to hold on to things for forever. And, we also sometimes, depending on the situation, may suggest, for them to speak to somebody professionally. Because sometimes people have an addiction to items. They have an addiction to shopping because maybe, growing up, they weren't seen or heard or felt. And now they find happiness in buying things. They find happiness in eating things. And the dopamine is being released and they just feel so good. So there's other, small addictions that, we try to help our clients through.
Awesome.
I think it's a very interesting thing to talk about mental health and clutter. Do you believe that, Ina, that even regarding wealth and money, that when you have a cluttered home, cluttered car, cluttered office, clothes don't fit, clothes too big, too small, colors are, I looked at the wardrobe that you organized. I was fascinated because you organized by color.
Yes.
I really like that.
Thank
you.
And
then when you showed the kitchen cabinets, I already thought, well, how did she do that? I mean, I wanted to look at it again and say, well, how did she do that? There's obviously some strategies that you have that we don't have. How do you relate clutter to wealth?
So sometimes what I see in as far as like clutter and wealth, like there's a big, you can always tell which people were born into money and which people just got money, because sometimes people who just got money grew up really poor and they buy a whole bunch of things because they have a lack mindset and they think they're not going to be able to hold on to that money, or they think that they're going to lose that money, so they buy as much as they possibly can. So what we tried to remind them of is kind of like, you're at this place now, just enjoy it and let it be what it is, and you don't have to like spend all that you have to kind of like fill that void of feeling lack from, your childhood. A lot of things are tied to childhood, a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we kind of try to do, is just kind of remind them like you're in a good place now. Even if you were to lose it all tomorrow, kind of like what Nagar was saying, that you have to find the peace inside yourself and realize that these are all just materialistic things. Now, I'm still going to organize them, but let's, look at what the deeper issue is here. Yes.
I like that. I like
Mm-hmm.
that.
Do you remember,
Okay.
did you ever see
and
the Jessica
also-
Simpson show? Did you ever see that with Jessica Simpson, the newlyweds, when she was married to Nick? And when she started to make money, the first thing he did was he bought her a closet organizer lady. And that was the
Yes.
best gift ever. And did you see when it has Cribs MTV, all the guys, the rappers that were getting rich, they hired someone to come in there and organize everything they had. So I feel like there has to be some tie to being organized and to having the capacity to make more money.
Yes, actually. And you know what? I was actually talking to another one of my clients the other day about, because we were organizing her closet. It also saves a lot of time. She was explaining to me that, she's so on the go all the time. She doesn't have time to look for things. She needs everything right here and knows it. She just knows exactly where it is so that she can move on with her day. She feels like, sometimes people, spend too mumuch time looking for stuff and they get unmotivated to do the thing they're about to do. And she's absolutely correct. So that's why whenever I come in or organize a business or a home, it's all individualized to the person's needs. So your needs are going to be different than Nagar's, and Nagar's are going to be different than Dr. Lee's. So we like to talk to the clients, see what exactly is that they're looking for, what they're needing. If they want all their stuff here in the closet, great. If they need their pantry organized by baking supplies and then, canned goods, however they need it. Same with the businesses. We tailor to your needs because we want to make sure that you have A, systems in place, and B, that it's very efficient and works for you in your lifestyle.
Do you do
Awesome.
touch-ups, Iman, where you come back in after you organize a home or a business and then you say, well, let's in 3 months me come back? Because what I find is if I don't have someone come back, I'm not keeping the system. I want some accountability that I'm going to carry through because you're coming to see me again. I don't want to embarrass myself.
Right. Absolutely. We do offer services where we come back in. Sometimes our clients have us come in once a week, depending on how busy they are. And sometimes they have us come, twice a quarter. It just really depends on the lifestyle, but we absolutely do come back. And the reason why we put those systems in place is so that it's easier for you to maintain while we're gone, but we can always come in and do a refresh. And we can also come in and we put the system there, let you sit with it, use it in your everyday life, and to figure out if it actually works for you. Because life changes every day, your environment changes, and your experience changes every day. So what worked for you in January may not work for you in June, So we come in and we like to place new systems based on what you're going through in your life at that time. Sometimes it's the same, but sometimes it's different.
And if
I
I could
think you're
chime
going
in
to
for a
continue to
minute,
blow it out of the park. That's great.
Thank you.
I'd like Paran to kind of chime in as a male and ask a question or give us your input, because I think men and women see organizations a bit differently. What do you say, Paran?
Okay.
That's a good
Okay.
perspective.
Well, I'm unorganized. I can tell you that much. So I need. One of the things I thought about when you were talking is, have you thought about franchising your business or expanding into other cities? Because I think this would be a great service. I'm interested in this service now. for my business.
Me too. Atlanta.
So,
Absolutely. If anybody needs me to come, I will absolutely. I do travel. Okay. Remember we
Awesome.
Where you
franchise, I
located?
absolutely am open to that. Yes.
Where are you located?
I'm located in Houston, Texas. But I do I service all over the state or the nation. So I go everywhere.
Okay, I would like to invite you to the PNC conference in Houston on August 2nd through the 5th. Have you heard of the PNC, Dr.
Okay.
Frazier?
Yeah.
So I would like to invite you to this. I think it would benefit your business as well.
Absolutely. I would love that. Thank you.
Okay. So I don't know who invited you on the call, but make sure that I get your information or they pass it on to me. You can have my information.
Yes.
I think we can put it in the chat, Ina.
Okay.
Is
Put
that
your
right,
information in the chat.
Dr.
Yeah.
O'Neill? Yeah, we should be able to put
Oh, I see it here. Okay. I'll put my information here.
put your information in the chat because I'm definitely giving you a call.
Please do. I love to come different places. I think I've been to a few different states already, like California, do a bunch of different cities. So I do travel for the work as well.
Awesome.
And I'm putting my email and phone number in the chat for everyone.
Yes,
as well.
put it in the chat. And there you go. I don't know if you answered this question or not. I don't think so, but it kept coming back to me. What made you go into finance, if you will, coming from Iran? That seems so
I
far
discussed,
apart.
yes, I discussed this with Leah. Actually, I had a background in art. I was an art teacher back in Iran, and that's one of my work right behind me. So
Really?
I finished my master in education. I wanted to go back and work as an art teacher, but I needed to get to the place faster that I want to be financially, especially. That was the main reason and that I chose to go to the finance and work there. And the reason that honestly I chose Truist was the way that they care for their client and the people who come to them. It inspired me because that's who I am. I really care about people. I really care about people. And when I work people, I work from my heart. No matter what, when I want to help you, I feel obligated. When I promise to do something for you, I enjoy it. I never expect anything in the bag. I don't expect any reward, but just making people happy, that's my reward, and that's all I want. So that was the second reason that I chose Truist. I've been there over a year. I'm very happy with my team that I'm working with and with all my clients.
Well,
And you're getting certified in investment in going into brokerage. So she has a lot of ambition.
I was wondering if Truist is a small business friendly bank, if you will.
It is a very actually small business friendly because last month of May was a small business appreciation month. They have so many offers and they help small businesses a lot because small business are doing so much for our community, and we're trying to give them something back. So Truist Sports supports small businesses in a very different ways that I can go deep here. But if anybody has any questions, I would love to answer them and give them some more information.
Okay, see, now you're making me feel bad.
About what?
Fran,
you
our
there, Dr.
recording
Lee?
stopped.
Something happened to Dr. Lee. She
Okay, is she recording or are you?
She was recording. She must have got kicked off some kind of way. Because let's see here.
Okay. See if you can turn the recording on.
Yeah. Well, you're the host now.
Who's the host?
Lael, you're the host.
Lael is the host. Okay, Lael, can you start the recording?
What's happened is that the recording has used up all of the storage that she's allowed, so it's not going to allow me to do it. Can you hear me, Paran?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hear you. I heard you. I'm sorry. Somebody interrupted me. So you
That's
said
okay.
her storage babe has run out.
Our storage has run out.
Okay.
What I would like to do is, we have got about 4 more minutes left, and Dr. Brandy, I would love for you to do a reflection, maybe for a minute or two, for each of our guests tonight about what it means to you to have them and what did you learn, and then we'll end it right on time.
Okay, well, I'll start that reflection out by saying, welcome, welcome, welcome to the Wealth Elevation Academy, an international academy. So having